My wife turned out to be a fraud and took all my money. I never thought I'd be sharing my story on Reddit, but here I am. I need to get this off my chest and maybe find some advice on how to move forward. My 34M wife 29F and I met 3 years ago. It felt like a whirlwind romance straight out of a movie. She was everything I could ever want in a partner: intelligent, charming, and beautiful. We quickly fell in love, and within a year, we were married. From the beginning, she had this mysterious allure. She never talked much about her past, but I didn't push her. I believed in her and trusted her completely. We bought a house together, merged our finances, and started planning for the future. About 6 months ago, things started to feel off. She became secretive, spending a lot of time on her phone and taking sudden trips for work. She was always an independent person, so I didn't think much of it at first. But then our joint account started dwindling. Large sums of money were disappearing without any explanation. When I confronted her, she brushed it off, saying she was handling some private investments that would benefit us in the long run. I wanted to believe her, so I let it go. But the nagging feeling wouldn't leave me. Last month, I came home to find her gone. No note, no goodbye, just an empty house. Panic set in. I checked our accounts and found that everything was wiped clean. Savings, investments, everything. She had taken it all. I was devastated. I filed a police report, but they told me it could take months, if not years, to track her down and recover anything, if at all. I hired a private investigator who discovered that the name she had given me was fake. She had been living a double life, and I was just another one of her victims. Now I'm left picking up the pieces of my shattered life. I've lost my home, my savings, and the person I thought I would spend my life with. I feel utterly betrayed and humiliated. How could I have been so blind? Has anyone else experienced something like this? How do you recover from such a betrayal? Any advice on how to move forward would be greatly appreciated. Update 1. Thank you all for the overwhelming support and advice. I'm still trying to process everything, but knowing I'm not alone helps. I've started seeing a therapist, which has been a huge help in dealing with the emotional fallout. The private investigator is still on the case, and there have been a few promising leads. It turns out she has done this to at least 2 other people. I'm hopeful that justice will be served eventually, but I'm not holding my breath. For now, I'm focusing on rebuilding my life. I've moved in with a friend temporarily, and am working on getting back on my feet financially. It's a slow process, but I'm determined to come out stronger on the other side. Thank you again for your kindness and support. I'll keep you all updated as things progress. Update 2. It's been a few months since my last update, and I wanted to share some good news. The private investigator managed to track her down. She was living in another state under yet another alias. Law enforcement has been involved, and she's currently facing charges for fraud and theft. It's a huge relief knowing she's been caught, but there's still a long road ahead in terms of legal proceedings and trying to recover some of my lost money. On a personal note, I've moved into a new apartment and started a new job. I'm taking things one day at a time and focusing on my mental health. I've learned a lot from this experience, and while it's been incredibly painful, I'm hopeful for the future. Thank you to everyone who reached out with advice and support. It's meant the world to me. Update 3. I never thought I'd be writing another update, but something unexpected happened, and I need to share it. A few weeks ago, I received a mysterious package in the mail. It had no return address, but it was addressed to me. Inside, there was a letter and a small box. The letter was from my wife, or rather, the woman I thought was my wife. In the letter, she apologized for everything she had done. She explained that she was part of a criminal ring and had been forced into this life of deception from a young age. She said she never wanted to hurt me and that she genuinely fell in love with me, but the pressure from her associates forced her to run. She claimed that the people she worked for had threatened her and anyone she cared about, which is why she couldn't stay with me. Enclosed in the small box were several pieces of expensive jewelry and a USB drive. The USB drive contained documents and information about her criminal associates, their operations, and proof of the various crimes they had committed. She wrote that she hoped this information would help bring them to justice and make up for some of the pain she had caused. I was shocked and didn't know what to believe. Part of me wanted to dismiss it as another one of her tricks, but the details in the document seemed genuine. I took everything to the police and handed it over to my private investigator as well. Since then, the authorities have been investigating the leads she provided. It turns out the information was legitimate and has already led to several arrests. They're now working on dismantling the entire criminal network. I'm still processing everything. I feel a strange mix of anger, sadness, and a glimmer of hope. I don't know if I can ever forgive her, but it seems she truly did want to make things right in the end. I'm focusing on the positive outcome of this situation. Not only are the people who coerced her being brought to justice, but there's also a chance I might recover some of my lost money. Life has a way of surprising us, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. This experience has been a roller coaster of emotions, but I'm grateful for the lessons learned and the people who have stood by me. Here's to hoping for a brighter future. Like and subscribe for more videos.